Hello, thanks for joining me, astrologer Patrick Arundell, for your in-depth weekly forecast for week commencing the 9th of September for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be delighted if you did so now. There does continue to be a huge amount of emphasis on the zodiac sign of Virgo, which of course is about detail, it's about precision, it's about being discriminating. It's about making sure that we get some kind of tangible progress from whatever energies we direct to whatever cause or situation. But this week, the Sun and Mars are forging respectively brilliant links with Pluto and Saturn in the other Earth sign of Capricorn. So if ever there was a time when we could transform something through hard work, through industry and perspiration, this is certainly the week to go for it. Now Mercury, which rules Virgo, is in a conjunction with Venus, but then as the week draws to a close, they both switch into the sign of Libra, which brings a more relating kind of energy to bear. But Saturday also sees a full moon. Now this occurs at 1536 BST in the sign of Pisces, but it's going to be forging a sextile to Pluto. There could be some kind of revelation. If we think about Virgo, it is about purity. Pisces is very spiritual, they're both mutable, but it's a more emotional, watery influence, Pisces. So it's basically saying to us that if we get so caught up in that hard work, that precision that comes with Virgo, that we take our eye off the feeling side of a situation, there could be something that needs to be realigned or rebalanced. So just watch out for that. It's also true that last week's quarter moon, which occurred in the sign of Sagittarius, is still pouring energy into your situation. It's basically saying, don't try to do too much. It's about narrowing focus, prioritizing, and then we can have the most productive outcomes from the week. Your specific forecast, Aquarius, reminds me of a philosopher's saying, a French philosopher called Jean de La Fontaine, which is that patience and the passage of time do more than strength or fury. There has been such a psychological influence in your situation over the last 2 years specifically. It may have felt that there's been a lot of things to clear out the way, a lot of old debris, or resistance has been coming your way, not necessarily in a very obvious manner. It could be that quite a few obstacles have seemed to have been put in your pathway by people who may not be directly coming out and saying how they feel. Now, as an Aquarius myself, I think you would agree it's always better if people are just simply frank. But you know, this week, you can actually start to see just how far you have evolved in dealing with this dynamic and start to gain a great deal more self-confidence about the psychological understanding that you've been gaining about what makes you tick at a deeper level, but also anyone else. The reward is going to come through the transit of both Mercury and Venus into a much freer position. They're also going to be cooperating brilliantly in the second half of this month in your sister air sign of Libra. So travel, holidaying, new interests, new people, and perhaps with a romantic flavour are all possible in the last part of September. But this week's full moon does suggest that a financial issue may need some care, but you could also be quite surprised by how some kind of piece of news comes through which actually can be really quite positive. If you'd like to know more about personal astrology based on your time, date and place of birth, you can order your year 2020 forecast and get the rest of this year free by clicking the link beneath this video. Or you can choose to have a one-to-one personal consultation with me. But for now, good luck and goodbye.